Baby. Hello. So welcome to Hub City Homestead. I think this is going to be our last homestead tour of the year because everything that we planted has grown and bloomed, and we're really starting to harvest things now. And so we just want to show you what we did, and I can talk a little bit about why we did what we did, what we're kind of planning on doing here in the near future, and just show you the change, just kind of go over the changes that we've made this year. It's been a good year. I've learned a lot. We didn't get a big harvest of stuff, but everything we planted either grew or didn't. I mean, that's how gardening is. So, but I did learn a lot about the gardening, and in one of my other videos I did talk about some of that. I'll probably go over a little bit of that again, of what I learned as far as just the garden goes. So we'll get started on garden tour for August 28th, 2020. So if you remember earlier in the season, when it was already really warm, we planted lemon balm and some mint, and our mint has survived. In fact, it's flowering, and I'm going to keep an eye on that because I want to learn how to collect the seeds. So I need to look at what I got to look up what I need to watch for in order to collect the seeds off my mint plant. And then we have our sunflowers, all my autumn, I can never remember the name, it's autumn something. They've all bloomed really good. And then we have this one that I'm hoping is my Velvet Queen, which is a darker sunflower. They've all turned out really pretty, and some of them, as they get older, the heads will start to dry, and I'm hoping I'll be able to collect some seeds off here. Oh, let's see if I can get that bee. The bees have loved it. They've come and just covered their legs in the pollen. It's been so wonderful. So you can see all the petals have come off of this, and there's kind of these green bits on the top, and in under that, as it dries out, is going to be the seed. So then I can collect the seeds and be able to plant these again next year. These ones, see, and I'm not sure if these are the same or not, but they're sure pretty. These are smaller and darker. But you remember a couple weeks ago we planted our forsythia. This one is doing pretty good. It's little still, and I think my chickens got to it. So we'll see how it goes. And then the rest of my sunflowers are all doing really good. And back there, you'll see this chicken coop. Oh, let me get this little bee too, because look how fun he is. Look how fun that little bee is. So we moved a bunch of our young roosters into the rooster posse coop. They're not happy about it necessarily. And our speckled Sussex decided he was going to start crowing once we moved him over here. Hi guys! How we all doing? Are we getting along? Have you determined that you're all boys? And who's in charge? And there's some of our chicks, aren't they fun? So, anyway. So yes, we got those roosters moved over. And it's interesting. We'll see how long we keep some of those. Some of them we don't want to keep, so depending on which ones they are, we're either going to harvest them or we'll take them to the Chicken Man in Payson. But look at my great pumpkins. These are the sugar pie pumpkins, and they are just about ready to harvest. There's one back in there. And so we're going to harvest those. Tomato plants, they're starting. I've got this one. This is an Amish paste, and it's ready to come off. These other ones should start changing soon as well. I've got this one over here that I got to get from the other side, so we'll go around the other side. And I've got some sugar pie pumpkins here that are almost ready to come off. So I've got to figure out when the best time to do that is as well. It looks like they're ready, so we just have to determine how long we want to leave them on the vines. And we've been looking up recipes for making pumpkin pie filling. Basically, pumpkin pie filling is a custard made from pumpkins. So we'll pull those off and we'll make some pumpkin pie. Last chicks of the season. One of them ended up getting a chunk cut out, so that's why it's so black right there. It's got a little bit of blue coat going on. And those other two hatched today. Cute little white Sussex babies. Here's our broody hen again. Now we had some hiccups with the eggs that we had under our other broody hen. 3 of them ended up getting squished and dying. We lost a couple others. They just didn't hatch. One of them hatched. We put it under zipper in this coop, but then it fell out and it ended up dying. So we ended up hatching the other 3 in the house, and I think we're just going to keep them in there. Right now we just don't have a really good brooder for our mama and her babies. So, sorry, Zipper. Maybe next year you can be a mom. We'll get things figured out, okay? So if you remember a few videos ago, we did our dollar store garden. And you can see it's actually done really, really well. We moved them to the back of the house where they would have less direct sunlight, and they just took off. And then the chickens got out and ended up eating the tops of some of them. But let me tell you, this cilantro tastes wonderful. And these radishes, look at those radish greens, they're looking really good. They've got a little bit more time before they actually have radishes on them, but give them a couple more weeks and we'll have some radishes. So it's really exciting. Sussex chicks are getting their little black neck feathers. Getting so pretty. Those guys are going up. Hi, chickens! You guys have already had treats. I don't have any more treats for you. That's all I got. Yeah. So what we're starting to do this fall, and what we'll do over the winter, is we are going to start doing, putting our shavings from our chickens onto the front garden beds. So this one here, and then over there where we have the tomatoes and stuff. If you've ever heard of Back to Eden gardening, you just build up the mulch over and over and over again, and gradually the stuff underneath breaks down and becomes really good soil. And it's going to take some time for my soil to become decent. So we're going to build up the soil. My neighbor gave me his grass clippings. I'll have to catch him again the next time he mows his lawn. Have him throw his grass clippings, and we'll keep putting like our eggshells and some of our scraps like banana peels and that kind of thing onto these garden beds, so we can build up some really good soil. Thank you for joining me today for our final homestead tour of the year. Next year it'll probably go a little longer, but I'll have more things planted. It doesn't mean that we're done in the garden or on the homestead. It just means that what we planted this year is ready to harvest, and there won't be a whole lot of changes. So we'll make little videos as we do some things throughout the fall as we get ready for winter. Over the winter, we'll talk a lot more about chickens, and we'll get some more of our chicken breed videos out. My daughter started school, so she won't be able to get them out very quickly. We're going to make it a goal that she gets a new chicken breed video out once a month. That's her goal. And we'll probably start doing some baking. When I do some preservation, I'll do some videos on that, and we'll just keep you going on the things that we're learning here on our homestead, and I'm hoping to be able to introduce a project early next year that we're working on that maybe you can help us out with. And we'll see. We'll see. It's a hope. It's a dream. It's been a crazy year, and so we'll see what we can do. Anyway, we're glad that you've joined us today. We hope that you like what we have put out and that you enjoyed. If you do, will you please subscribe and share with your friends and invite them to subscribe. You know, if anything, I don't know how your kids are. If you have kids, I know my kids love watching the homestead videos from lots of other people, and so at least it's good, clean fun. You know, you're never going to have to deal with language, that kind of thing. So anyway, we invite you to come back, and we'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.